When Wesley Hook disappeared from the Pikeville area in June 2020, his family never expected a years-long wait for answers and justice. Today, they got one step closer.
One of the 3 suspects in Hook's murder was sentenced this morning for the role he played. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to Hook's parents, who say they are happy to see the case moving forward.
I hope every night when you go to bed, you see his face. But one thing you can't take is his laughter from my mind and the joy that he gave me.
For Barbara and Henry Hook, the last 3 years have felt empty.
He was my everything. He's always been my everything. He was my only child.
After their son Wesley was kidnapped and murdered, his body found burned in a car in July 2020.
And he took a beautiful soul that was unnecessary. But Wesley still lives with me in my heart.
Eric DeLeon, one of the 3 suspects in Hook's murder, was sentenced Thursday.
Sir, you are guilty of count 1, kidnapping. The court hereby sentences you to 30 years in state penitentiary.
Sitting across from the grieving mother as she shared her victim impact statement.
I know that's crazy, but I was glad to be able to sit and speak to him one-on-one. But I wish he could have spoke back. Because I wanted to know what you did to my son. He lives in an urn now.
DeLeon will serve 30 years for his role in the kidnapping, and Hook's parents say it gives them a small amount of peace to have him held accountable for the tragedy.
And I truly feel like he does have some remorse. But don't bring my son back, but it's still, something.
But they still have questions, which they hope will be answered now that 2 of the 3 suspects are sentenced.
He told us to come to the jail, make an appointment, and he would talk to us and tell us anything that we wanted to know. That's unbelievable. We feel like he'll tell us what happened. We don't know what happened.
And though there is a lot they may never know,
I think he'd be smiling on me right now.
They feel they are one step closer to justice for Wesley. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
DeLeon and Crystal Williams have both been sentenced in connection with the murder. The 3rd suspect, Enos Little, has yet to see his day in court, but the Hooks say they are anxious to see the case closed.
Cars are moving again on Interstate 75 in Richmond after a deadly crash halted traffic for much of the morning. The crash happened around mile marker 91. Richmond police say they were called out to the scene just after 7 this morning for the 2-car crash. The Madison County coroner identified 46-year-old Billy Jolly as the victim from Fleming County. Jolly was pronounced dead at the scene.
One Southern Kentucky man is facing charges in a child pornography case. Yesterday, troopers from the Kentucky State Police Electronic Crime Branch arrested Nathan Grandin at his home in Monticello. Police say the 57-year-old Wayne County man was sharing a sexually explicit image of someone underage on the internet. Following that discovery, police used a search warrant to confiscate the equipment used in the crime to send to the KSP Forensics Lab for further investigation. Grandin is currently charged with 1 count of disturbing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance, which is a felony. He was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center.
Police are investigating vandalism at a Whitley County church. Williamsburg police say it happened at Highland Park Baptist Church. They say some of the graffiti is too vulgar to post. Investigators believe the vandalism happened at some point between Sunday and yesterday. Anyone with information can call Whitley County Dispatch at 606-549-6017.
The Mingo County, West Virginia Sheriff's Office say they have issued a citation to a driver who passed a stopped school bus. We first showed you the video of the incident last night on Mountain News at 11. It shows the bus had already been stopped for several seconds with its stop sign drawn when the driver made the pass. Passing a school bus when it has its stop sign out can come with a fine, a suspended license, or even jail time.
Lexington police are investigating a recent string of garage break-ins, and the thefts are causing a stir on one side of Lexington. Lexington PD have 2 open cases about a person who is taking advantage of open garage doors. Many in the Summerfield neighborhood say they see crimes like this every year, but extra cameras and security do not seem to stop the thieves from stealing anyway.
And our neighborhood's really good about sharing, but I don't think it always will prevent that thief from being a thief.
People in the area say a man stole a saw, leaf blower, and weed eater, all out of garages on the east side of town. The Lexington Police Department says detectives have identified the thief and are working to find him.
Well, we had several cars. I was going to say a busy evening on the Mountain Parkway near Slade, but there's only like 2 on the camera now. There was about 6 a second ago as we get these images in every 15 seconds. Not a bad evening for a drive out on the Mountain Parkway. It's 77. That changes, though, as you head further to the north, right along US 23. As you head up toward Paintsville, pretty stormy there right now. Maybe not stormy, but at least some heavy rain with that, and that's further on to the back into the southwestern portions of Johnson County. Just south of downtown Louisa, storm not far from Warfield. The storm right now, and some showers along US 119 there near Pikeville. We'll do the same as we head into portions of Knox County. Everything here lifting off to the north and east. Just some downpours tonight, and we're going to stay mild and a little muggy as well. How about low to mid 50s? I think middle and upper 50s in many cases there in the parts of the Cumberland Valley. Same thing in the Kentucky River Valley. If we clear out a little bit faster, we may drop those temperatures a little more, but a lot of us are staying in the 50s tonight as we head throughout the region. Same thing in the Big Sandy. Guys, I'll have the very latest on when the next more substantial chance for rain comes in a few minutes.
Evan, thank you. The students and staff at Buckhorn have not been in their home school building since the flood last July.
Now some community members are wondering when the doors at Buckhorn School will open again. And the Perry County Board of Education says they are working as quick as they can. I listened to both the frustrations and the answers today. Here's what I learned.
We had COVID, we had flood. Now it's going on. I have a granddaughter that's going to graduate this year. For 4 years, she's been upside down in her school.
It's become a mental issue for the kids as well as the parents. So, I mean, getting our kids back to this school and getting them in this school where they're familiar with it needs to be the top priority of the school system.
These are some of the concerns Buckhorn community members expressed to me on Thursday. In hopes of answering some of their questions, I visited the Perry County Board of Education office and spoke with CFO Jody Maggard.
This has been several months in the making now, and we understand there are varying opinions, there are a lot of emotion, a lot of heart in this, and rightfully so.
And Maggard explains why the process of getting Buckhorn School back open is taking longer than expected.
We wish that Buckhorn was open right now. But when you bring in all of these different factors, you bring in insurance, FEMA, state funding, emergency funding, federal procurement guidelines, bids, permits, building codes, you can't jump over any of them. It would be nice sometimes if we could, for the sole purpose of being able to expedite any of the processes, but we just simply can't do that.
On Tuesday, the school board decided to hire a new construction group for the project and believes this decision will expedite the process of the repairs.
They want to move quick. That decision was made Tuesday night. I met with them this morning, and I believe that it will be expedited. I really trust that from what I gathered this morning from the construction manager and his talks, that would be what would happen.
Maggard says he expects the reconstruction of the building to officially begin in mid-June.
The Cedar Student Fair is going on right now at the University of Pikeville. The fair is in partnership with Pikeville Medical Center and Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR. Kindergarten through high school students submit projects in one of 7 areas, and winners are chosen in each category. Javen Dotson is a student at Pikeville Middle School. His project this year is on Pikeville tourism.
If you look at other towns and cities throughout the state of Kentucky, you can see, especially Ashland, it's an example I used in the paper I wrote, you can see that they turned to tourism and their local government saw a rise in economy.
The fair runs until 8 p.m. tonight. WYMT's Keaton Hall will have more about this at 11.